Now you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI toy review. And today's review is in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 news source for everything Marvel. And for today's review, it's really going to be a quick one where I give you a comparison look at the new Marvel Studios The First 10 Years Age of Ultron figure from Hasbro. Now this is a straight up repaint of the previous Build-A-Figure Ultron figure they did a couple years ago. They just incorporated it into the new Marvel Studios line, and really seems like was kind of a last minute addition. This figure was not initially announced for the line when they first announced it back during Toy Fair. They didn't announce it until just last month at San Diego Comic-Con. So again, it just seems like this was kind of a last minute thing they did. Now it comes in the same style of packaging we see with all the studio figures. You can see I've actually opened the figure already, but you get the same kind of box that we've seen with all those studio figures. You've got the black box with the red highlights. Up at the top you've got the Marvel Studios logo and the Legends series logo, and then down below you've got the character's name, the Avenger symbol, and the Age of Ultron movie logo. On one side you've got a bio for the movie that came out in 2015. The other side you've got that collage of artwork. Now I don't have every single MCU figure in this line. Now the original packaging, or the original figures that were announced at Toy Fair, basically they had said you could put all the packaging together and it would make a full-on collage. This is the same kind of artwork, but I don't know if it actually fits in with the other packaging. I haven't tried it, but again, it is that same style of artwork, and it just features artwork from the Age of Ultron movie. And then on the back of the packaging you've got the Marvel Studio logo again, a picture of the movie poster, and then a brief bio for Ultron in multiple languages. Okay, so for the figure itself, now this is, as I mentioned before, is just a straight up repaint of the previous Build-A-Figure. There are no accessories with this figure, and this figure stands about just under 8 inches tall, so it's the exact same height as the previous one. There's no difference in the sculpting on the two figures. Again, it's just a straight up repaint. So this is the original Build-A-Figure and this is the new one, and you can see the biggest difference is, well, first of all, the metallic silver is a little bit darker on this new figure, which I like, but the biggest difference to me is that the silver matches much better throughout the figure. I don't know what Hasbro was going for here, if it was just completely sloppiness with the paint, but you've got a more of a gray color here on the lower arms and up here at the midsection and down here on the feet with this one, and even here on the knees, which just never really looked very good. Again, I don't know if that was deliberate or just sloppiness. This one, the metallic silver is much more in keeping. You do have a little bit darker metallic silver here on the upper legs, but I actually think that looks pretty good. But overall, it looks like, it's the same pieces on the robot, so the paint applications are just a lot better. You also have more red coloring on this new figure. You've got some of that red on the old one, but it's much more predominant on this one, which I think looks good. Even on the face, which I'm not sure is really more movie accurate, but I do like how the red striping on the face looks over the previous one. And here's a comparison of the figures from behind, and again, you've got just more of a steady metallic silver on this one, as opposed to, again, you've got that mismatch with the gray and the metallic silver. Articulation, it's exactly the same. You can turn the head to the left and right. He can look down pretty good, and he can look up about that much. You don't get a whole lot of head pivot with this one. With the arm, you can get out. You've got good rotation there. You've got a bicep swivel. You get the double hinged elbow, and then you get rotation with the wrist, and you have hinges, so up and down movement. You get an ab crunch type joint, so he can crunch forward about that much, and then he can look back really far on this one. You get a waist swivel. With the legs, can only do the splits about that much, and then can get the leg forward and can do the leg back pretty good. Has a thigh swivel, has a double jointed knee, so good bending there, and then with the feet you have hinges, so up and down movement, and then you do have ankle pivot with these, and 2 peg holes on the bottom. Size comparison, here's a look at the Thanos Build-A-Figure from Avengers Infinity War, and these two are pretty close to the same. And then finally, here's a comparison with an Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor movie figures, and Ultron is taller than all of them. Okay, so that's my review. So just to sum up, I would say this figure does look better than the original Build-A-Figure. There's really no doubt about it. It is superior as far as paint applications go. The sculpt is exactly the same. So also I would say if you have the previous one, even though this one looks better, I'm not really sure there's enough here to warrant buying another figure, especially since the new one cost about $25. Now this figure, as I mentioned before, has started to show up at Best Buy stores. It is also supposed to be exclusive to GameStop stores and Entertainment Earth, which means most online e-tailers will be carrying it and do have it up for pre-order. We'll have a full image gallery up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that button down below. You should also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.